Jesse Dayton covering Kinky Freeman off of his brand new one called Jesse Sings Kinky. If you want a copy, well, all you got to do is show up at Cactus this afternoon or under the volcano tonight. Now, of course, I think they're in the middle of a neighborhood, so they have to be done by 10. Is that right?
Yeah, it's great, man. It's an early show. You know, we're playing on Wednesday, so we have to be done by, so it's 8 to 10.
Get there early.
Get there early. And then we're going to be at Cactus Records, which is my personal favorite record store in the world.
Very cool.
It is, and I go to a lot of record stores because I'm a vinyl collector from my days of being a little rockabilly grommet in the road king.
They need to put that on the front door. My favorite record store in the whole world, Jesse Dayton.
It is, man. I've been to a lot of them, but I love that. I love Quinn and all those guys over there, and you know, St. Arnold's can come out, so it's free beer at 5:30 basically, and the JD band will be.
Tell us about the JD band. Who's out in the van right now?
Man, I got a great band right now. I got Nate Fleming, who's been with me for a long time, who's just, you know, he's too young to play the pedal steel that good. I mean, you usually don't get good on those instruments until you're like 60.
Sure.
But I got him, and then I've got Eric Hughes, who, you know, is a longtime Houston guy, but lives in Austin now, but he's played with everybody. And the newest addition is Chris Rhodes from 2 Tons of Steel on upright bass.
Cool. Is he still with 2 Tons? You just borrowed him for a little bit?
No,
he's done.
Yeah, he's done. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's with me now, full time. So.
Very cool. So you'll do a full band gig at both places tonight?
Both places,
and the volcano. Very nice.
Just, you know, we're trying to give a little love back to Houston, man.
Don't forget about us, man, when you come a big Hollywood star.
I mean, not just that. I mean, just like, it seems like every time we play here, it's like, you know, some, you know, cover deal and a big deal, and in the evenings, and like, you know, for us to just roll into a Cactus and play, we haven't done that in a while. And you know, this town's been, I don't know, this is my favorite place, man. I'm gonna leave here and go to see my buddy Tony Mandola over at the Gulf Coast Kitchen.
Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Get some lunch.
Yeah.
Over here on West Gray, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Hey, you've been busy with a lot of things, obviously, but you also just produced Eddie Spaghetti's last record and did all the guitar tracks on it.
I did. It's just coming out now, and you can pre-order it now.
Played it.
You have?
Yeah,
great.
Well, it's been here for KBFT for a week or so. We get things a little early, so
great. Yeah, it's on Bloodshot Records, and you know, cool label, and I go way back with the Super Suckers. In fact, you know, when I first got my record deal, everyone was scratching their head going, I don't think we should put this guy on with a lot of these country guys. And so the Super Suckers took me on tour, and at that time they were just blowing up, and they made a record called Must Have Been High, and I played on that record along with Mickey Raphael from Willie's harmonica player. And then I toured with them like crazy. I mean, we got in the van and didn't come home for like 2 years. I mean, a lot of dates. So me and Eddie, the singer, are old friends, and this is Eddie's real first solo record. He'd done like a couple of cover records just for fun, but he came to Austin. He came to me in my buddy's studio, and we made this record, and I played all the guitars on it, and it's just, I'm really proud of it, man. It's, you know, if you're into like rock and roll stuff, and you know, it's got some country stuff on it too, but it's actually we sing a duet on the record too.
Very cool. I haven't found that one yet, but it's solid from what I've heard of it. So congratulations on the good release, man.
Thanks.
Are you producing anything else right now we need to know about and keep our eyes open for?
Man, you know, I'm talking to a couple of songwriters. There's this folk singer from New Jersey who I just love because he's not trying to be anything other than what he is.
What's his name?
His name's Brian Molnar.
All right.
And in fact, Kinky turned me on to him.
Nice.
He was like, you got to hear this kid. You know, he sounds like Arlo Guthrie. And I was like, cool, let me hear him, you know. Nice. And he's acoustic bass, and, you know, he's just like a young hippie kid from New Jersey who just writes songs that are so knock you on your face, you know what I mean?
Well, I hope that pans out and you get to work with him. That'd be cool
I do too.
To hear that.
Yeah.
You are old friends with Waylon's son, Scooter.
Yeah,
Shooter.
Yeah, that's a common mistake. Shooter, I've known since Shooter was in high school.
Right.
I met Shooter. I met the whole family the first day I met Waylon.
because he hired you to do some guitar work for him back.
Right,
A while ago.
on a record. Yeah, I played on this Waylon record called Right for the Time. And anyway, so me and Shooter go way back, and I love Shooter, man. I love the whole family. I mean, Jesse Coulter, they're all just super cool, soulful people, and so Shooter. What's weird is this is some inside scoop.
Sweet.
This friend of mine who ran the Rainbow in Los Angeles on Sunset Boulevard, who's probably one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen in your life. I mean, when I say that, I don't say that lightly. I mean, she is unbelievable. And so I've known her forever, and I've known Shooter forever, and then they met, and about a week ago they got married.
Last week they got
Yeah,
married. But they've known each other for a while.
They've known each other for a while, and we've
Okay.
all three known each other.
Sure.
And we've all three been friends. And they had been through their ups and downs with different relationships. And they realized, man, we're friends, and we're attracted to each other. Let's go for it.
Sure.
And so they took off in the desert outside of Palm Springs, and
Just
got
got married.
hitched.
Nice. And now he's coming back from his honeymoon early to do a gig with you this Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday, me and Shooter and Paula Nelson, who's Willie's daughter.
She's been here before.
Yeah, we are going to play a show at Lukenbach to benefit the Waylon Diabetes Fund.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to back Shooter up. So he's just going to fly in and play with my band.
Nice.
Which will be really cool because I got to play with his dad, and now I'm playing with him.
Have you played with him before, like a gig like that?
Yeah, I mean, we've messed around, but
Right.
we haven't really played a gig.
Cool.
So, he gave the band some songs that he wanted to do, and it's just going to be great, man. It's, it's Sunday evening in Lukenbach, Texas, with, it's the next generation that I
Sure.
think's going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be a great time. And of course, you're here in town for a show tonight at Cactus, and then on to Under the Volcano. You're going to take this on a little mini tour, I guess. You'll hit Arizona on your way to a biker rally in California, right?
Yeah, it's funny, Rourke. I talked to my agents, and they've been really cool and patient with me while I've been doing this movie thing, because, agents book shows, and when you're not playing shows, they're not really getting paid. But, I said, look, they're going to let me write and direct this movie. I got to go do it. So they've been really cool. So they said, well, now that you're done with the movie, do you want to
get
start?
to work.
Yeah. So they said, where do you want to play? I said, man, because I ride bikes.
I want to go to California and play a biker rally.
Exactly, I do. And they're like, well, do you want to play the Hootenanny Festival? I'm like, well, how many people is that? And they said, about 25,000. I said, yeah, how many people is the Born Free Motorcycle Festival? And they're like, oh, that's about 70. I'm like, well, let's play the one with 70,000. And plus we play for an hour. We spend all day hanging out, riding
bikes and
vintage
talking,
custom
sure.
bikes. And so I'm playing a lot more of those things coming up. But yeah, we've got tour dates coming. We're going to do the Midwest, and we're going to go up to New York and play. And
I read you were trying to get to Europe sometime by the end of the year.
yeah, we are. We're actually already talking to them about, doing, some of the mainstream countries. We'll do London and Paris. We went there last summer and started a small tour of Europe. We started in Paris, and it's a trip, man. It's such a trip, the way they interpret our music, but they know it very well.
Sure. Cool.
They're really, I don't think they're totally inundated with Clear Channel and the way these other big corporations are, like we are.
So you're saying that the radio stations in Europe are designed a little differently than they are
Well, they're
here?
designed more like KPFT.
Okay, it's like a little more free form and
yeah,
rootsy.
where you can actually turn on something and hear something that you like, and not have to listen to truck and beer commercials every 5 seconds. And
Very cool.
And there's adult themed music.
They have American DJs over there.
They do not, but I bet
Dallas was calling my name. Maybe Europe's next.
hey man, I'd say go for it. You know?
Hey, tell me, what are we gonna hear last on this record? Jesse Sings Kinky. What's a good one to go out with?
You know, there's a bunch of good ones, man, on there.
Good answer.
Let's. I mean, it really is because it's like Kinky's really good stuff. I would say let's go with something kind of upbeat. Let's do Nashville Casualty.
All right, sounds good. We will do that, and I want to thank you